Background: Cody Allen Legebokoff was born on January 21, 1990 in the municipality of Fort St. James, British Columbia, Canada. He was a good kid, as he played ice hockey and had a lot of friends. After he graduated from Fort St. James Secondary School in 2008, he lived in Lethbridge, Alberta for a short period of time before he moved to Prince George, British Columbia. He lived in an apartment with 3 close female friends and worked at a car dealership. He also had a profile on the Canadian social media site Nexopia, calling himself "One Country Boy" on the website, and AMP #X200B. Victims: Jill Stacy Stuchenko, a 35-year-old mother of 6 children who worked as an escort. She was last seen on October 9, 2009. Her body was found 4 days later in a gravel pit on the outskirts of Prince George. At the time of her death, all 6 of her children were in foster care. Natasha Lynn Montgomery, a 23-year-old mother of 2 children who worked in the sex trade. She was last seen on either August 31 or September 1, 2010. Her body has never been found, but her DNA was found in several samples throughout Cody's apartment. Cynthia Frances Maas, a 35-year-old woman who was last seen on September 10, 2010. Her body was found in a Prince George park a month later. Cynthia died of blunt force trauma to the head and penetrating wounds. She had a hole in her shoulder blade, a broken jaw and cheekbone, and injuries to her neck as though someone had stomped on it multiple times. Lauren Dawn Leslie, a 15-year-old girl who met Cody off of Nexopia. She was murdered on November 27, 2010. She had no vision in one eye and 50% vision in the other eye, making her legally blind. Cody was addicted to cocaine and had used Jill, Natasha and Cynthia to provide him the drug. And AMP #X200B. Arrest. On November 27, 2010, an RCMP officer named Aaron Kaler had seen Cody speeding his 2004 GMC pickup truck very erratically onto British Columbia Highway 27. Aaron pulled the truck over for a routine traffic stop. Aaron had another RCMP officer accompany him into searching Cody's truck. The officers had found a multi-tool and wrench that was covered in blood, along with a monkey backpack and a wallet that had a children's hospital card that belonged to Lauren Leslie. When the officers asked Cody about why there was blood on him, he stated that he was poaching a deer that he clubbed to death because "I'm a redneck. That's what we do for fun." The officers arrested him and had called in a conservation officer to track the area Cody was in when they pulled him over. The conservation had found footprints leading to Lauren Leslie's remains. Cody was arrested in connection with Lauren's death, and his DNA was linked to the deaths of Jill, Cynthia and Natasha. And AMP #X200B. Trial and AMP aftermath. Cody's trial began in June 2014. He pleaded not guilty to all 4 counts of first-degree murder, and he testified that he was involved in 3 of the deaths but he did not kill them. He stated that a drug dealer and 2 accomplices who he called X, Y and Z were the actual murderers. On September 11, 2014, Cody was convicted on all 4 counts of first-degree murder, and 5 days later, on September 16, he was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. He was also added to the National Sex Offender Registry. In February 2015, he filed an appeal, but a year later, in September 2016, All 3 judges in the BC Court of Appeal case endorsed the original judge's decision. In 2019, he was transferred to a medium-security prison. #AMP #X200B. Wikipedia page on the Cody Legebokoff murders. #AMP #X200B. Rest in peace Jill, Natasha, Cynthia and Lauren.